I was asked by one of my clients to deliver a collaboration workshop to help bring two struggling teams together. The issue was that these two teams were not seeing eye to eye and it was impacting their work negatively. In this video, I'm going to discuss 5 key topics that we discussed in this workshop. And this will allow you to bring teams together and boost collaboration in your workplace. Now, if you're new here, my name's Tyler and I'm the founder of Loving Life. And I've been delivering workshops since 2017 to help companies support and empower their employees. I've helped companies support their leadership teams, helped with conferences, team away days, employee wellbeing initiatives, and more. And the workshop structure I'm going to share with you, in my experience, has proven to be successful in improving the working relationships between teams and colleagues. So let me share how this collaboration workshop can help bring teams together in any workplace. And if you're comfortable, you'll be able to use this framework to deliver the workshop yourself. But of course, it's always easier to hire a professional to do it instead. Now, before delivering a collaboration workshop, it's key to understand the key issues your workplace is facing. In my case, with this particular client, teams were not working together efficiently. This meant that projects were taking longer than they should to get across the line, communication was poor, some people didn't trust others, and some colleagues weren't even sure why particular projects were being implemented. The aim of this workshop was to get everyone communicating effectively to improve relationships, ultimately reducing delays and achieving milestones quicker. So let's look at the 5 topics we explored. 1. When it comes to working, many employees work in teams, but what a team looks like can vary from person to person. Some people have been part of a team where everyone has to do their part in order to achieve success, where others may have been in teams where taking a back seat hasn't been detrimental. Let's look at 2 sporting examples to explain this. Imagine a 100-meter relay team. Each member has to do their best to achieve. Each member puts in maximal effort during their run, and they then have to work together carefully with the next person to hand over the baton. For success in this relay team, everyone has to do their part. If one person falls or drops the baton, everyone in the team fails. But on the other hand, let's look at a football team, or soccer for the American audience. A football team has 11 players and they all have their responsibilities. But if one player makes a mistake and loses the ball, the rest of the players can work together to win the ball back. If one player has a bad game, it doesn't mean the team will instantly fail, as there are other players to help out. And because of different team experiences like these, individuals may have different perceptions of what working in a team looks like. So in this workshop, we started by looking at the true characteristics of a great team and what that looks like for this organization. I asked people to share some of the positive experiences they've had working in a great team and what the key factors to success were. Each group created a team name, which we then voted on and then named the whole team. This gave everyone a shared identity as they were now part of a structured team. But this was just the start. Let's look at the next topic. 2. Within a team, everyone is working to achieve something, but people may work in different ways to achieve it. Or in some teams, they may even be confused by the end goal. So to ensure these teams were on track, we explored their shared goal. The tech team had their duties, the client-facing employees had their duties, but what was everyone working towards achieving? What was the ultimate goal? Discussing the shared goal allowed everyone to see how each part of the puzzle contributed to the overall organizational goal. As an interactive activity, I got teams to create a mission statement that aligned with their shared goal, the goals that they were trying to achieve. For example, the mission statement we use at Loving Life is helping companies to support their employees to live life better. When we expand into offering new services, these services have to align with our mission. And this was important for the team to understand. Now, as well as a mission statement, we opened up a discussion on how we can achieve our shared goals. This opened up great conversation and allowed teams to discuss new and effective ways of working together effectively. Now, although we got this workshop off to a great start, the next point, in my opinion, is probably the most important. Look at the picture on the screen for 2 seconds and tell me what you see. The picture just shown illustrates how we could experience the exact same situation, see the exact same thing, but have different perspectives on what we've just seen. Let's look at the picture again. For some of you, you may see a duck. You can see the beak, it looks like it's got a tiny little tongue, and it looks like it's swimming in water. But for others, you may see a rabbit. In this case, the left of the picture is not the beak, it's the rabbit's ears, and the rabbit is looking into the distance to the right. Same picture, but two perspectives. Now, when it comes to working in a team, individuals must understand that everyone has different perspectives. In this workshop, I asked small groups to discuss the different things that shape our perspectives. We then looked at the power of empathy and how empathy is a hidden workplace superpower. And we looked at the ways colleagues can approach situations from a more empathetic viewpoint. To do this, we use something called empathy mapping. Now, I've got a video on how to use this superpower, so I'll link that at the end of this video. But empathy mapping allowed the teams to see that everyone looks at the world through different eyes. And even if we don't agree with someone, we can still understand and respect their viewpoint. Now, before I come on to the next part of this collaboration workshop, if this video has been useful so far, do me a favor and press the like button. It supports more than you know. Additionally, if your workplace wants free resources to help support their employees, join the free mailing list. The link's in the description box. Having conversations and effective communication in any team is vital. If people don't communicate effectively, it can contribute to mistakes, delays, annoyances, and all the rest. To kick off this part of the workshop, we started by discussing why effective communication is important in the workplace and how we can make our conversations more effective. Simply discussing this allowed individuals to realize where they may have been falling short when communicating with their colleagues, but more importantly, how they could improve it. I then asked the team a question that made everyone think carefully. That question was, why is it that during conflict, most of the time, we think that the other person is the problem? Someone shouted out, because they are! And this made everyone laugh, but we explored the possibility of being wrong. We looked at the truth assumption. The truth assumption is the belief that our perspective is the only correct one, ignoring the fact that different viewpoints can be equally valid. You can see how the truth assumption could be a problem when it comes to working in a team. We also explored the possibility of missing information, not necessarily having all the facts. And we discussed how abandoning blame can be extremely productive. Focusing on blame hinders problem solving. Instead, we look at structures to overcome this. There was much more to this workshop, but as you can imagine, I'm just giving you snippets so that you can follow a similar framework if you need to. Now, the final section was where we brought it all together and ended on a positive note. 5. When done correctly, collaboration is a beautiful thing. And this part of the workshop allowed us to explore that. Let me show you two clips. The first clip is of me and a friend who run a book review podcast. We've collaborated to share the knowledge that we gained from books and share it to the world. But there was just one problem at this point in our journey. The production of each episode wasn't very good. But fast forward to now, we decided to collaborate with a production company, and now look at the difference. Through collaboration, we've been able to level up. And this is all thanks to the power of collaboration. This part of the workshop highlights the amazing benefits that collaboration has to offer. I got teams to discuss times when collaboration had proved to be successful, and it was nice to hear the lovely examples from each group. Now, as with most good workshops, we ended with a recap. But as well as a recap, I asked attendees to discuss one thing that they were going to take from this workshop and implement into their working day to improve their collaboration. And with that in mind, some of those individuals mentioned how powerful they thought empathy mapping was. So to understand it and see how you can use it in your workplace to empower teams, you need to watch this video right here. But remember, a happy workforce is a productive workforce. Don't forget to like and subscribe.